What's going on, guys? In today's video I want to talk about how this one product made me over $12,000 in 2 months and how you can do it too. So as you can see here on my dashboard, we have just over $12,000 made in 2 months from October 21st to December 22nd. Let me just refresh this for you guys real quick. There we go. We have $12,211 made in 2 months with a single product. Now, honestly, I decided to talk about this because in my previous video, someone commented this and said that basically I just talked about how much money I made and I didn't actually show how I made it. And so here it is. In this video, you're gonna find out exactly what I did. Now, let's talk a bit about the product that actually made me $12,000 in 2 months. And then you'll get a better understanding of why this actually happened. So this right here is a Taylor Swift advent calendar. Now, I decided to run an advent calendar because I wanted to take full advantage of these last 3 months of 2025. So I wanted to get a product that would have instant demand and would be able to run up pretty quickly and go viral pretty quickly. Now, obviously, the first step of starting dropshipping is finding the right product. Now, how did I find this product? Honestly, I have a friend who ran this product back in 2024 and did like 20K in 2 weeks with it, which is actually crazy. I decided to bring it over from 2024 into 2025 and see if I could still make money with it. Now, this is super important because when starting out dropshipping, I don't recommend you go out and look for an untapped product because you really won't know what to do with it. It's so much better to get a product that someone else has already ran and that other people are starting to run or are running it with you at the same time, because you can get so many free winning concepts that you don't have to come up with your own winning ideas. You can just look at your competition, see what works for them, and then make it work for yourself, which is exactly what I did. This is step 2. Once you order the product, you start doing content research. And what I did was I took a look at some videos that performed very well in 2024 and I put them in my very own content research sheet. Let me just show you how that looked like. Now, this is one of my content research sheets, and as you can see, there's only very few videos here because there weren't that many videos that were still available from 2024 in 2025 when I started running this. But the few that were, I took the links and then I looked at the views. How many views did they get? I looked at the hook. I looked at the text on screen. What text on screen did they have? I looked at the audio, noted down the audio to make sure I have proven concept audio. And then these are some other notes from myself and my mentor. Now you can see why I say it's so much better to get a product that someone is already running or that someone has ran before, because it's so much easier to make content. Like, you know exactly what to film, you know exactly what music to use, you know exactly the kind of cuts you need to make on the video to make it go viral. And that's exactly what I did. I looked at my competition, I looked at the previous people that ran it, made a list of videos, and started filming and editing exactly like them. And as I was doing that, other people came along that were running the same product as me and started making videos. And so I looked at their videos, I was like, okay, what performed well for them? What made their video go viral and not mine? And so I looked at their videos and I took the best part of their videos, I analyzed them, I was like, okay, this hook made them go viral, this specific hook made them go viral. And what I did, I became super dedicated to finding viral hooks that I can use in my own videos. And so I would be on TikTok and Instagram 2 hours every day just searching for stitches and hooks that I could use that would make my videos go viral. And once I found the stitches and hooks that gave me the most amount of views, it became pretty straightforward from there, because all I would do was replicate the same concept, tweak it a little bit, split test, and see which hooks perform the best. And so I would just rinse and repeat this with very similar videos and see which ones would go viral. And because I was so dedicated in finding the most viral hooks possible, I took over the whole Taylor Swift niche and went the most viral out of all my competitors. I went viral on YouTube, I went viral on TikTok, I went viral on Instagram, all 3 platforms. And because I had done my content research so well and picked the best hooks and the best stitches for my videos, that's what allowed me to get ahead of everyone else and stay ahead of the competition and make the most amount of money out of anyone with this advent calendar. Now, obviously, I didn't make 20K in 2 weeks like my friend did in 2024 because 2025 was a bit of a different year for Taylor Swift. Don't ask me why I know this. I had to do my research when I got into this niche. And so she released a new album. This advent calendar was one of her older albums, and so it wasn't as popular. But again, $12,000 is a pretty decent amount of money, and I'm really happy that I managed to make it at the beginning, you know? Now, obviously things have slowed down completely and they've come to a halt because it's obviously like past New Year's. It's already the second week of January, and so I'm not making any more money from this product, but I do have 2 products that are like absolute bangers that I'm prepping up in January coming up, like I said in my previous video. But here are the key lessons I learned while running this product and taking over the Taylor Swift Advent Calendar as a whole. First of all, you have to be chronically online doing your content research. I was scrolling for hours every single day, just making sure that my head was full of the concepts that were going viral on a regular basis. And that honestly was so important because I logged into TikTok one day and I saw a video and I was like, this is 100% gonna go viral. I was like, this is already blowing up. It was only posted like a day ago. I was like, this is already blowing up on TikTok. And so what I did was I made it my own, posted it onto Instagram, and went viral instantly, 400,000 views, just because I was online at that moment. I was doing my research every day, dedicated, and I managed to capitalize off of the opportunity and make myself go viral. And so what you need to learn from this, and what I learned from this, is that the more active you are, the more work you put in, the more ahead of your competition you can stay. Because if your competition is doing less work than you, then there's like no way you won't be able to get ahead of them. Now you have to make sure you're not doing quantity over quality. You have to make sure that the quantity you are posting, I was posting like 2 to 3 videos a day, but I already knew that the concept was working. I already knew that the concept was good. And so I could rinse and repeat 2 to 3 videos a day, but I would make sure they were high quality. Now, above this all, it was obviously dedication. I went to Italy for a few days at the end of October. And during that trip, while the others were exploring Italy and looking around, I went to a McDonald's because that's what one of the best concepts involved, being in a McDonald's. And so I went to a McDonald's and I sat there for 4 hours just filming this product, getting as many videos as I could done. So I could make sure that when I came back home, I wouldn't need to like go out continuously and I could just reuse the clips that I filmed. And so I stayed 4 hours in a McDonald's while others were visiting, filming, just to make sure that I had like the best videos possible. And this is what I'm talking about. If you are not willing to be 100% dedicated, to be like 100% putting in the work so you can get ahead of your competition and make as much money as you possibly can, if you're not 100% motivated to do this, then you're never gonna get ahead. Now, I'm gonna leave it at this. I talked about my experience with this product and giving you guys the things that helped me go viral and make the most amount of money as I could. And so the number one piece of advice I have for you guys is stop being lazy. Because the whole time I was being lazy, I wasn't making any money. And once I decided to lock in and actually dedicate myself to this, put in the hours of content research, editing, filming, everything, I blew up and I started making the amount of money that you see. Not crazy, but it's very decent for a start. Now, I hope this video helped you in some way, maybe gave you some information you missed, or gave you the motivation to go ahead and get started on your own. Now, thank you guys for watching, and I'll be back with another video very soon. Bye-bye.